According to my audience analysis, many of you know hyenas from the animated movie The Lion King. Today in my informative speech, I will be talking about the spotted hyena species. I'll be summarizing the facts regarding these animals that many of you may not be aware of. Although hyenas are rarely talked about, they've been studied for centuries and are still being studied to this day. So what are the species of hyenas? There are currently 4 living species of hyenas, and these 4 species represent a family that was once large and diverse, paraphrased from the article Hyena Societies by Heather E. Waltz and K.E. Holcamp. So one of the first species is the aardwolf species, and this is the smallest of the 4 species, weighing about 22 pounds. It's also the least social as they remain in pairs, and they also only feed on harvester termites. Then there's the striped hyena. This hyena is scavengers, and they're also the least studied of the 4 species as their social behavior is poorly understood. And their societies typically remain 2 to 4 individuals. Then there's the brown hyena. The brown hyena is very similar to the striped as they're scavengers as well, and their societies really depend upon population, with clans ranging from just a mother and her cub to 14 individuals. Lastly, there's a spotted hyena. These hyenas live in multi-male, multi-female clans ranging from 10 to 90 individuals, paraphrased from Waltz and Holcamp. Out of the 4 species, I will be mainly focused on the spotted hyena, as they're the most common of the 4. So now you may be wondering, what do spotted hyenas eat? Well, as cubs, they're very dependent on their mothers for milk, suckling for between 12 to 18 months longer than most other carnivores. Paraphrased from the article Hyenas, a Misunderstood Species, written by the Born Free Foundation. As adults, spotted hyenas are able to take down an antelope weighing over 3 times its own weight. Paraphrased from Spotted Hyenas, written by K.E. Holcamp. Spotted hyenas are adapted for hunting medium to large animals, like for example, zebras. Paraphrased from Waltz and Holcamp. If spotted hyenas were to work together, they can kill animals as large as giraffes or even the African Cape buffalo. Spotted hyenas will chase prey over long distances until they're winded to then go in for the kill, usually hunting at night as hyenas are largely nocturnal. Ronald L. Tilson and William J. Hamilton once did a study in the Namib Desert where they found that spotted hyenas there feed significantly faster at small carcasses rather than at large carcasses, and this just went to show that they did this because there were no lions, and usually lions will typically try to take the large carcasses from them as they're carnivores as well. And that just also went to show them that spotted hyenas in different environments, their feeding patterns really differ. Paraphrased from Social Dominance and Feeding Patterns of the Spotted Hyena. Of course, food is very important for anybody's development, but here are some other facts regarding hyenas' development. Spotted hyenas are born with fully erupted canine and incisor teeth, their eyes open, and immediately capable of direct movement. Hyena spotted cubs, 1 to 8 months old, will begin engaging in something that's known as social play, and that's essentially where they run around each other, building their strength and endurance for when they're adults. 8 to 14 months old, spotted hyenas then begin gathering information about their social environment. Once a male spotted hyena is 14 to 24 months old, that's when they begin acquiring food independently without their mothers. For females, it's up to 36 months old. Paraphrased from the article Social Environments Within a Spotted Hyena, written by Holcamp and Laura Smalley. Spotted hyenas can, in the wild, their life can exceed to 18 years. Paraphrased from Holcamp and Smalley. As hyenas begin to develop more, they begin having remarkable similarities to Old World primates. But first, let's talk about the relatives of the spotted hyena. Spotted hyenas are thought to be more closely related to dogs, as this is not true because they're more closely related to cats, and one of their closest relatives is the mongoose. But what makes spotted hyenas a remarkably unique animal is their similarities to Old World primates such as the baboon. Like the female baboon, spotted hyenas' social status of a female hyena is determined not by her size or her fighting ability, but by her mother's social rank. Paraphrase from Holking. Baboons and spotted hyenas can recognize their parental and maternal kins. But like I stated before, hyenas are thought to be very dog-like, which can create one of the many myths surrounding hyenas, which is the thought that they're high prey. Sir Walter Raleigh excluded hyenas from Noah's Ark in 1614 since he believed that God had only saved the poorly bred. That hyenas were reconstituted after the flood through the unnatural union of a dog and a cat. Paraphrase from the article, Hyena Myths and Realities by Stephen J. Gould. This is false, as the 4 species of hyenas form their own family known as the Hyenidae. Paraphrase from Gould. Another myth that we see is the thought of hyenas being hermaphrodites, which is basically where an animal or a human contains both the female and the male organ. This was proven false, as the female spotted hyenas only have 1 female organ, and the male hyenas only have 1 male organ. Finally, after all of this, you may be wondering, what impact do hyenas have? Well, without hyenas, the landscape would be transformed for the worse. Paraphrase from Hyenas, a Misunderstood Species. As predators, hyenas help prevent overgrazing of grasslands, benefiting all species in a landscape. Paraphrase from Hyenas, a Misunderstood Species. Hyenas can be described as cleaners of the landscape because they remove carcasses, helping to prevent the spread of diseases. Paraphrase from Hyenas, a Misunderstood Species. Today in my informative speech, I have talked about the spotted hyena species and summarized the facts regarding these animals that many of you may not have been aware of. Ultimately, hyenas can be a very interesting animal, but now you know a little more about what makes them so interesting. Thank you for listening to my speech.